Hey guys, I'm gonna try out a little different type of content today. Mostly I've been reporting on hardware news, like PC hardware, but I've also covered a little bit of gaming related content, and I am also interested in gaming. In this tech channel of mine, again, less than 2 months old, I'm still developing different types of content. One thing I want to try out here is let's also cover some gaming news. So here's some of the top stories of the last couple of days. As usual, if you're subscribed to my channel, you'll find everything. I mean, you don't have to be subscribed to find this, but those of you who have been subscribed to my channel, and thank you everybody who has. It's been awesome getting all your support. You're used to seeing links to everything that I talk about in the description to my video, and that will be the case here as well. All right, so one thing we've got here is that gaming is rising in the US as 4 out of 5 consumers played a game in the last 6 months. And I think that shouldn't be any surprise that gaming would be going up given the current pandemic type of situation. But it is across all sorts of different age groups. And again, I don't want to delve into all the details here with this article. You can read it in the description, but it's kind of good to hear if you're into gaming and the gaming is on the rise. That's great, unless of course it means demand for everything goes up and you can't buy a graphics card. Anyway, some more news. So we're seeing that PlayStation is claiming that single-player games are thriving. Users are spending more time offline than online. Now, this has been a big debate. Is single player dying? Is everything going to be these online games? Is everything Call of Duty and Fortnite these days? And according to PlayStation, they have user data, right? They're gathering data on you guys while you're playing on your console with it online, right? They gather data on what you do. And according to them, single player is absolutely not dead. So some of the specific information here is a quote from them saying, in an ideal world, every player has the time to spend hours per day, every day, playing single-player games. But in reality, most people have jobs or kids or school or all of the above. Often free time comes wedged between other obligations. Man, this feels very real to me as a full-time teacher doing this YouTube thing as a hobby. I've got 2 kids and a wife, other hobbies as well. My gaming time is very limited. So this feels very real to me. Anyway, an hour before bed, a 30-minute break between homework assignments. In a busy world, that time to play might not come for a while. So when they finally do find a spare hour, they've forgotten where they were and what they were doing. And then what? So they're thinking, we can change, should I start playing, to which part should I start playing? The options are there, the choices are clear, the game is calling, pick up the controller, it's time to play. What they're talking about here is that they're trying to use the card system, which I don't have a PS5 yet, but apparently it's some way to jump back in, and they're offering certain support to game help for single player games and activity cards. They're using that to try to support this single player gaming trend for people with busy lives and busy schedules, which is kind of neat. Anyway, so they are saying that single player is thriving. That's pretty good to hear. Again, you could read more details in this article. Hey, jumping into Xbox. So apparently the Xbox Series S is turning into quite a good emulation machine. And there's been some information about this in the past, which I haven't reported on, because like I said, this gaming news thing is kind of a new idea for me. But they do have now some PlayStation 2 games up and running. And this is via Modern Vintage Gamer, so you could check that link out. I'll link this WCCF Tech article for convenience, but you could check out the actual YouTube video from there. But it looks like they've got Jak and Daxter, Silent Hill 2, Okami, God Hand, and Klonoa running nicely in developer mode. And this is, I believe, via Retro. Is it Retro Arc or Retro Arch? I always see this written down and never read out loud. Anyway, but I believe that they've been doing that with Nintendo GameCube and Wii games. Actually, wait a minute. I might be confused. I know the RetroArch is doing the Nintendo GameCube and Wii games. I'm not 100% sure if that's how they're doing it on these PS2 games. Point is, you can jump in here for more details, but it is looking like quite the nice little emulation platform on that Series S. $300 for that thing, right? The Series S, $300? Wow. When you're looking at GPU prices right now on the PC side of things, man, the value you're getting out of these next-gen consoles, and the $400 for that PS5 that just doesn't have a disk drive but has full performance, man, Might be looking into those. Speaking of next-gen gaming stuff, there's a rumor suggesting that Halo Infinite could have a Battle Royale released in 2021. And I mean, we don't even have the game itself released yet. And if you read through the details here, they're suggesting that it could be that we know that Infinite is looking to be more like a platform that gets updated over time. They'll update the graphics engine, they'll add in new content. It's looking to be more of like an extended platform for the Halo series. And this is a rumor saying that it could receive a Battle Royale. Now, this is getting some pushback. Now, where did this rumor come from? It came from a tweet here from Gaming Leaks and Rumors saying that partial sources from this thread they got from a Halo Leaks thread, and they got an exclusive leak talking to the source and saying, please take it with a grain of salt. And they're getting a lot of pushback here. Why would they get such pushback on there being a Battle Royale? Well, back in 2018, we have articles like this that say Halo Infinite devs shoot down Battle Royale. They say the only BR we're interested in is Battle Rifle. And if you're a Halo player, we know that the Battle Rifle is a classic long-range rifle in that game. I played a lot of Halo 2 and 3 back in the day, so I've fired my fair share of Battle Rifle rounds. Now, personally, I don't mind Halo expanding the content types that it offers, and I'd be fine with there being a Battle Royale. And I'm saying that as a Halo fan. I just want to make sure they don't lose the competitive 4v4 arena where there's no loadouts. There's everybody starts out with equal stuff. It's all about your skill, not your loadout, team play, map control. I thought Halo 5 did a fairly good job of going back to that style of gameplay that I remember from Halos 1, 2, and 3, which I grew up with and love. So anyway, I don't mind them adding in as much stuff as they want for extra content, as long as they don't also lose that classic Halo arena style competitive gameplay. Now, we also have some information about a Switch port of Doom Eternal. Looking to come out actually pretty soon. They were thinking in December. Now, Doom Eternal is quite the nice graphical looking game. And also, the Doom games aren't what you think of as far as Switch games go, but I believe the last Doom, like 2016, did make its way to over to the Switch. And we also know that Doom Eternal, despite looking awesome, like when you're looking at what kind of PCs can run this thing, just about anything, right? It's shocking how well optimized this game is. So it is looking like we'll be seeing a December 8th release date for that. As far as we can tell, and that looks like a digital-only release. And this is developed in tandem with Panic Button, and it does sound like there's going to be Switch-specific updates, like using the Joy-Con controls, like the motion tilting to help out with your aim, which I always think is a cool feature. It reminds me of the, have you guys ever used a Steam controller on PC where you get you can play around with tilt aim and stuff like that? It's kind of fun. Anyway, so that's some info on that. Now, speaking of other specific games, Assassin's Creed Valhalla got an update on the Xbox Series X. Now, Digital Foundry had done some analysis on the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions of this game and saw that the Xbox Series S had worse performance and more screen tearing. Apparently, this issue fixes it. Now, this update fixes it on the Series X. Not completely, but does dramatically improve it. Apparently, it was actually a pretty simple fix. They're claiming right here that all it did is expanding the dynamic resolution scaling. So it used to go from a range of 1400p to 1728p. And they've expanded that both from the low and the high ends of 1188p up to 2160p. And apparently, according again to Digital Foundry, because those lower values are only used when they're absolutely needed, that helps reduce the screen tearing, and it's not that frequent. So much of the time, they're actually still up in this higher range. And again, they did increase the high range on that scaling as well. And if you're wondering, well, could the PS5 version benefit from that same kind of an update? I believe the answer is yes, and they will be updating that type of expanded resolution scaling on the PS5 as well. So we'll see if the PS5 takes the performance gain there as well. But honestly, they're probably so close that as long as you're not getting those screen tearing issues as frequently now, you're going to be pretty happy with your performance. All right, what other game news do we have? Well, Xbox Game Pass keeps getting rumored to get the Control game. And we've got more rumors that seem to be making that more of a real deal. So we got a tweet from Xbox Game Pass saying, honestly, we have no idea what GIF or sinister red light Melissa is referring to. Well, what's this about here? Let me zoom in a bit. It says, hey team, This is from Melissa here. I want to start by saying, great work last month. We made so many announcements I could barely keep track. EA Play came to console. The cloud gaming beta library got bigger. Oh yeah, and the Xbox Series X and S finally launched. No big deal. But guess what? We're not slowing down for December. EA Play is coming to PC, and we have a ton of games slated on top of that. We've included Redacted. Now, why is that a big deal? Okay, so the Control game is obviously like a conspiracy theory type of game where you see the government documents and lots of things are redacted in them. Also, it has a very red theme, right? So a red redacted thing is obviously hinting at Control here. Anyway, we've included Redacted, which is definitely going to be Control, guys. This is obviously intentionally marketing here. Anyway, which our fans won't stop mentioning. That's why I sent you that GIF. It's GIF, not GIF, right? Is it GIF? We can argue about that in the comments. Anyway, with the sinister red light. Anyways, you all know the drill by now. Keep all this confidential and don't try anything cute like screenshotting this email and posting it to Twitter. So anyway, this is obvious marketing to get people to talk about it. And guess what? I'm talking about it on YouTube, and I'm sure other people are too. So hey, it's working. Anyway, what else do we have for you guys today? One last thing. Super Nintendo World. I grew up playing the Super Nintendo as a kid, so this looks cool to me. Now, this is opening in Japan. There's no release date yet on the United States version. I believe this is at Universal Studios. And the Japan version is looking like February 2021. And we've got some screenshots, no, it's not screenshots, I guess, photos of some stuff from here. And again, link here if you want to read all of the details, but we had a tweet with some more pictures here, which I think we get more views of down here in this article. So we've got some pictures here. Now, I believe this Mario Kart is like a VR experience. So I think you put on the VR glasses and it's like a VR Mario Kart game. It looks kind of neat. It'd be fun to try out if you happen to be going there. And again, there's no set date for the United States version yet, but kind of neat. All right, guys, this was my first attempt at like a gaming news roundup. Let me know what you think about it in the comments and if you want to see more of these from me in the future. Thank you guys and have an excellent day.